Here's to Thirsty Thursdays. Ah,
Oh, hey there. You know what day it is? Do you? It's not Monday or Tuesday. It's not even motherfucking Wednesday. It's Thursday. You got your cans? Look at me. I'm ghosting out today. Yes, sir. Why don't you grab them and we'll tell you about the week that was. All right? What do? First, we skim the top. Then we get the gutter. And then we blow. And now we'll see if the mic picks this up. Oh, sounds good. Then we pour. And when we see the bubbles, what do? Oh, look at those. Yeah, there we go, fam. Oh, we close our eyes and we dream. Yeah. I'm dreaming I'm going to go back to Las Vegas in a month. I hope that comes true. Okay, let's fill it up the rest of the way. Yes, sir. Sip that gutter. Now we sip this mugga. Oh, that's good squishy. Now, before we get into the week, you got to know that we made an official decision on our trip to Las Vegas. It's not taken lightly. It's done with real emotion, heartfelt emotion. And frankly, I think it's about time. So look, we'll do a post. We'll do an official announcement. We have a co-host. You know them. You're familiar with them. They're going to brighten up the Thirsty Thursday podcast. And it'll make us reach out in different avenues to have different guests. But also, you'll get a different perspective of the week that was. Not just mine. Oh, no. You're going to get Allie's. Everybody, give it up for Allison Scott. She's the new co-host of Thirsty Thursday. I wonder if she's around. Should we find out? Allie! You want to jump on? Just give it a minute here, folks. Maybe we can sip on our drink a little bit longer. Hold on now. She's a little under the weather. But if we make a commitment, we stick to it. You know what I mean? Should we check in on her again? One moment, ma'am. Allie! Is the link working? I can hear her talking, but I don't know what she's saying. Oh, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Our new co-host, Allison Scott. We're on a podcast I just announced to the world. Now, Allie, my dear, turn your phone sideways.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, it's better for post. That's a technical term for editing when this is over. I think your screen's locked. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, you can say vertical. It's okay, actually. You can, well, there we go.
My screen was locked. I was like, why am I to the side and you're not?
Oh, here we go.
It's not.
This is fun.
Is
Just
it?
just go vertical.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Tell everybody while you're in bed.
Oh my God, I'm in bed because I have the flu.
And which type of flu do we have?
Influenza B.
We have the B one.
I have the B one, not the A one. The A one is for the A one has animals. The B one is also less severe, so I'm already bouncing back.
Yeah, we're so look, the energy's a little bit lower, but it's because we don't want to startle the germs within your body. If you're game, we can go through the weekend that was, or if you just want to. Okay, here we go. All right. We're going through the bed to see what has been.
Yeah,
let me get a drink.
Do it. Oh, I need a drink.
Well, that's on you. It's Thirsty Thursday, obviously.
I know.
All right, well, go get
I'm
a
gonna go
drink.
get
We'll watch you. Go get a drink.
Okay.
Okay, so I told you all about behind the scenes for Sweet Talks. Well, we still had to go back down to Las Vegas this past week for the actual card, which was very exciting because, I'm echoing a little bit, so maybe I'll shut this door. Oh, now she's walking away, so I won't echo as much. This is a tumultuous start to a podcast.
I know. I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared.
No. This is good. This is raw. So raw. We agreed. Quick side note before we get into the card. I told Allie, we can't hold back if we're going to do this. Look, if we end up slapping each other, no pun intended on the pod, we just let it happen and we let it go because we know that on Thirsty Thursday, when we talk about the week that was and we don't have a guest, even when we have a guest, it can turn into, a little bit of therapy. You know what I mean? Funny, deep, dramatic, and or otherwise. All right. She's back. She's got her drink. She's getting in her bed. And here we go. We had to go back for the card because what's the point of doing Sweet Talks, having a podcast about PowerSlap, and then not going to see the event live? I submit there is no point. So we woke up early. The morning was chaotic, like usual. Lucas doesn't like it when we go out of town, which I think is pretty normal with kids. But a lot of chaos. We tried to get on the road. The goal was to get on the road by 9 a.m. Utah time, so 8 a.m. Vegas time. And that didn't happen. There was a lot going on, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of big emotions. And so we ended up getting on the road, I would say about 10 a.m., maybe 10:30 a.m. Vegas time. So 2 things come with that. Number one, you realize you're not going to be able to make the prelims. So you might as well take your time and not feel stressed about the ride. So that's what we did. We just got in the Jeep. We headed down. Allie was watching the shows. I was getting caught up on DMs, telling people I wasn't going to make the prelims, trying to coordinate different things for the weekend. And we made pretty good time. We got to the hotel. What time did we get to the hotel? Like 3?
Maybe it was 3:30.
3:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to the hotel at 3:30. And for what it's worth, fam, we're loving Resorts World. Fontainebleau was like where it was at. But Resorts World's got a cool vibe, wouldn't you say?
We really like it. Yeah, we really like it. I think it's a little out of the way. Not out of the way, but like you kind of feel not so into everything. Like when we went to the Cosmo, we were like, oh yeah, like this is pretty crazy. It's kind of, it's just like a little slower pace. It's perfect to stay there.
Yeah, it was good. And it's not like crazy price or anything like that. So
Yeah.
we've stayed there this year twice now.
Yeah.
I think so. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. They got the food court and all that. And so anyway, checked into Resorts World. Didn't hit the prelims, so we just kind of chilled, hung out. We not for too long because the car doors opening for PowerSlap 19. They open up at 4:45.
Yeah, and
So
let's just say, and Joe Scott loves to be on time right when those doors right when those doors open, he wants to be there. And I'm somebody that I like to like maybe walk in somewhere like a little late.
yeah,
And
Allie,
Joe
Allie, Allie likes to
loves
have that scene in high school movies where the girl walks in, through the door and there's like music and shit, so
and Joe
everyone can just
loves to
look
be
at her,
so on time.
Because it's my people. I like my people. PowerSlap are my people.
I know, so don't worry. So when you were saying chill, it was not chilling for me. We got up to that hotel room and I knew you wanted to be there, so I got dressed as quickly as possible.
And in her defense, it was less than a couple of hours. We made it there before the card started. She looked
Yeah.
hot as fuck. We got in our little taxi. We went to the Cosmo. And yes, she's right. We used to love to stay at the Cosmo. Well, the Cosmo, we would still love to stay at the Cosmo. Because they have
Yeah.
the balconies. You can go out and just
Yeah.
look at the strip and, as Marissa might say, have a little playtime on that balcony. But it is, once you experience a casino that isn't as crowded or packed
Yeah.
like Fontainebleau or Resorts World, it's kind of nice. So when you go back to the Cosmo, I'll admit it felt it wasn't overwhelming. It was just really crowded.
It really crowded. There was just a lot of people.
A lot of people, which, it's a weekend, big things going on, WrestleMania weekend, so that's expected. But I think it just solidified that the feature of having a balcony is so pimp for a
It's
room.
so cool, yeah.
But other than that, I think we like the less packed, less
Yeah,
people. Yeah.
yeah. It's just like you're going home at the end of the day because there's just not as many. It's not as crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we had been, I believe I saw a show at the Chelsea one other time. But anyway, on the way there, I'm texting my boy Marcus and a few of the fighters, strikers, and just seeing where everybody's at. And we walk in, we go up to the Chelsea. It was a cool vibe. It was like a darker, kind of like a bar
Like Star
club.
Wars,
A
like
little bit,
kind
it
of.
kind of looked like Star Wars a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking Star Wars vibes.
And
It's
it's
cool
more like
movies.
Yeah, and it's more like Star Wars every day because of all the little robots that are running around, bringing you
Mhm.
drinks and stuff. Um, but I would say that's what stood out the most. And they had like a little hangout area, which you got to where we were going to see to our seats. There was that hangout area in the back.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
cool. Little lounging area where you could just hang out and,
yeah.
talk or whatever. Um, ran into a couple people, which is always fun before we got to our seats. So let's talk venue. We didn't know what to expect. Everybody said it was gorgeous. It was awesome. So we get there, and they're right. The venue's great. Like they have these massive screens. It was much more looking down, like in NOLA, where you're kind of looking down on the strikers in the round, as opposed to floor level, looking straight or a little bit up. Um, so it looked great. My only critique is we had a screen, a massive screen right in front of us on the upper deck. So if that screen was on and we could see the replays more clearly, I think that would have been that would have added to the experience in a positive way.
Yeah.
But because that was off and we were on the second level, excuse me, front row. And so we could see the strikers fine, but everyone around us, including a striker behind us and one of my boys, we kept commenting the whole night. It was just tough to see on those replays.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Allie kept saying, we're getting the VIP section next time. I don't care what it
Yeah,
takes.
I'm like,
We're
I
getting
don't
the
know what
VIP
I need
section next
to do
time.
that. But you know why? Because NOLA was like that where it was up, but in NOLA we were on the floor. And so
That's
that's
true.
why it was like I didn't even realize, but we were like on the second floor. It was just a different vibe. I feel like typically when we go to PowerSlap, it's so much more like social, like the strikers are walking around after they're done and stuff, and you're going and chatting with people, and it's just so much more like community, I feel like, when it was at Fontainebleau. And I feel like this, it was just like what you would expect, like when you're at UFC, like you're sitting in your seat and you're sitting there, like not as social, not as community, because it was like you're kind of in your spot. Whereas at least at Fontainebleau, it was like a lot more people were just like roaming around. But with the setup,
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily like that. It was fine. Like, it was fine, and it looks cool. I think it looks awesome, and it's gonna look really awesome on TV. Being on that second row or sorry, we were the first row on the second balcony, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think they just called it the balcony. Yeah.
The balcony guys, I wasn't the biggest fan.
No, it's not the spot.
It's not the spot.
Maybe on
So
the sides in those boxes.
yeah, so it's
Um,
like we've gotta scope out where our new spot's gonna be because we had it so good when it was at Fontainebleau. We had the best seat.
yeah, I agree. It's not as and we'll see, like, it's the first event there, so I'm sure they'll tweak things here and there. But yeah, it's definitely more, at Fontainebleau, it's definitely more social,
Yeah.
um, just because of where we sat at Fontainebleau, there's this big walkway. So it was where we would sit, a big walkway, and then there was kind of the closer seats, right? Like right next to the stage, the podium. And it was perfect because strikers, friends, everybody, all our crew, they would walk back and forth at the walkway all night. So we could, say hello, take
Hang
photos, all that
out,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. And that's I don't even know if that's possible at the new venue.
I don't think
Um
so.
yeah, you'd have to be right in the VIP section to maybe have a more uh walkabout social aspect of it.
Where
But
did these fighters go after they were done?
I think they're just in the back. Yeah, I think they're just
Okay.
backstage.
Okay.
We'll have to ask around, but I think that was the case. Johnny was saying that he got to hang around and see because they wanted him for the press conference. So I think they just hang
Mm.
backstage. But
Okay.
as the sport grows, which is
It's
good,
gonna be like that,
it's
yeah.
going to be like that. Yeah.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
they don't want to stay at the Chelsea. When that 5 years is up or 6 years is up, they're going to want to be at a bigger venue,
Yeah,
because
for
that's
sure.
obviously that's the point.
Yeah.
But as we reflect on our PowerSlap journey, that'll be
Yeah.
missed, the social aspect.
Yeah, the social community aspect will definitely be missed, but that's okay.
And the fights were great. I've had a couple of interviews now where uh, the match between Johnny and Pono was definitely the most hyped in my brain, and it lived up to it. The other matches were great too. Sad Chelsea lost.
We're
Um,
always yeah, that makes me so sad. I know you can't have, like I know you can't have favorites, but I do.
yeah, I try to be Switzerland, no doubt. Yeah,
I know
it's
that
tough
you
though for
have
the people. It's tough for the people you first meet though, because
yeah, but
they're like your, yeah.
your people.
Continue. Yeah,
So I'm like, I know you can't have, like, favorites and whatnot, but I definitely can.
yeah.
And I fucking love Chelsea, and I'm so sad that she didn't win.
Yeah, that was tough, and I'm bummed I didn't hit the prelims either. I should be able to hit them. So it's funny. I heard back from the PR, or the I don't know if it's PR or media or whatever you call them, but she sent me these lists of questions. I'm gonna have Marcus help me out because it's like, who's your editor? When did your media company start? What's your subscription level at? I'm like, what the fuck? So we'll see, but
Yeah.
because I'll have to put in, like, I'm not gonna lie, so I have to put in, well, I guess the media company's Slap Son, I started 2 years ago, so we can fudge our way through it, I think.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think whether it's this card or, sometime this year, I'll definitely be in that arena asking questions, which would be cool to see the boys and the girls after they're done, just ask them questions at the press conference.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Um,
Yeah.
Anyway, so the fights were great. No complaints about that. Always a good time. So when the fights ended, we had a couple of different options, and I'm drawing a blank. What did we do immediately after the fights? We got food.
We went and got food. We went and got sushi. I was so hungry.
That's right. We went and got sushi, and then we were looking for the after party. And this is another sign, fam, that the sport is growing. Albeit baby steps, but you had to look for that after party.
You
Like,
had to look for it.
yeah. Yeah, I think soon. I mean, tell me what you think, wifey, but I think for sure after this year, I don't know if they're going to let everybody in those after parties.
Yeah, but luckily you have a podcast, so we can.
Yeah, yeah, we'll find our way in there for sure. Uh, but it was cool. We did finally figure out where it was. And actually, I found out after it was the next day that Dana actually posted on his stories where it was. So maybe next time we look in the more obvious places, instead
Oh,
of trying
that's
to,
hilarious. So he literally
yeah.
posted before?
Well,
So it
yeah,
was
he literally
hidden. It was hidden,
it was the spot was definitely hidden. It wasn't like
but
the
it was kind of
Fontainebleau.
awesome, though, that it was hidden only
Yeah.
because the pros of that was there weren't so many people, whereas, like, it was getting so crazy because it's like the after parties are at the High Roller Room, and there's, like, one I mean, I uh, obviously, I'm there for some drinks. There's
Oh
one
yeah.
bar, and you have to wait forever, but at this place, it was so easy. I just went right in.
Yeah, went
I
right
didn't even
in.
have
You're
to wait
right.
for, like, an hour.
Yeah, that was a plus. There wasn't near as many people.
No, it was
Um,
great.
we need to figure out our spot for you and the ladies. We didn't have a couch at this.
There actually was a couch. Brandon was sitting on the couch, and I went and sat with him a little later. You were
Oh,
somewhere
okay.
else. So there
Yeah,
actually
I
is a
think I
couch.
was finding Dana at that point,
Yeah, there is a couch there, so that could be our new spot.
dude. And let's let's talk about our new best friends. Fucking 7'4" tall
Oh my
bros.
gosh,
Like,
yeah.
you
That
guys, there are these over 7 feet. Was it 3 or 4 of them walking around?
yeah, like
And
4
one of them just walks up. He's got longer hair. I think it was Mark.
yes.
Um, but anyway, we got to meet some new people, which was cool. These guys,
They're
their
like
whole
the
shtick
tall
is
boys.
they're the tall boys. That's what it is. And they have tall people meetups.
Yeah, it's
And
so cool.
that's their whole shtick. They're tall and they're influencers and have monetized it just simply
Yeah.
because they're tall.
They
I
literally
love
do tall
America.
people they literally do tall people meetup, and, like, I feel like I'm tall, but I'm, like, not nearly as tall as these guys. It was so cool. They're, like, literally one of them was, like, 7'4". They're, like, all over 7 feet, but they do tall people meetups. And what's crazy is that it's, like, all and they've got girls that I've watched their page ever since we met them. They've got, like, all these people that meet up, and, like, all the girls are, like, 6'3", 6'4", so, like, I would be considered short because 'cause I'm 5'10".
That's crazy. Uh, but it was fun to meet them and to realize, oh, dude, you can kind of just do whatever as long as you just get creative with it or not be
Yeah.
creative, just realize what you are and then offer that.
Yeah, it's so cool, dude.
They were cool. Um, it's always fun at the after parties because you just see familiar faces. Diana showed up. Haven't seen her in a minute. That was cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I went to say what's up to her, and she just 3 times in a row. Where's Allie? Where's Allie? Where's Allie? So that was fun.
Yeah, she's
Um,
cute.
got to see Brandon and Taylor and Chelsea and Chelsea's husband John. Like
I didn't
you,
see Chelsea's husband.
he was kind of wandering around,
He's there.
but
Oh, I
he
didn't
was
even know.
there. Yeah. Obviously got to see the Slap Newsboys, their crew. Always fun to see Dana. It's always weird, right? Like, uh, and I never said this on the podcast, so I'll say it now. But I've met Dana 3 or 4 times, literally just in passing, a couple of words. Sometimes I take a photo, sometimes I don't. This time I did. But in NOLA, I went up to him and I said, "Hey, Joe Scott, slap son." And he's like, "I know, I know." And I told wifey and everybody since, like, I don't care if he was lying.
Yeah,
If it made my day that he said it. So at this last weekend for this card, there was like a line to meet him. It was, dude, as a grown ass man, it's fucking awkward, but you gotta do it. It was like a meet and greet. So there was a line. So I was right behind the tall boys we were just talking about, to where Dana was sitting with like friends and family. Taylor Lewin was there, and I don't know if it was his wife or somebody else. But anyway, here's with a group of people, and yeah, people were just walking up, taking photos,
yeah.
dapping him up, saying hey. So it was kind of awkward. And then like I was next in line, and the guy that was in his group, I he didn't look familiar to me, but there was a lot going on, so I don't know. And I just looked down at him. I was like, dude, thanks for letting us bust through this. He goes, oh, you guys are fine. This is what he likes. This is what he likes.
Aw.
Um, so I got up to him, did the same thing I always do, which is, what's up, Joe Scott slap son? And he goes, I know, man. You have a good night? Like super loud and smiling. I was like, yeah, dude. He goes, you have a good time. And again, don't give a shit if he was blowing smoke up my
Yeah.
ass. I loved it. Took a photo and then we bounced. And then when the after party was dying down, what did we do?
We went up to Marissa's room.
That's right. So I got okay.
It was so crazy because I
It's
was FaceTiming her, and then we ran into her, literally
yeah.
passing through in all the busy
So yeah, sorry, just pouring again.
course.
This is why you're here. We can talk about everything. So yeah, Allie's right. We wanted to meet up with Marissa and Pono and Jackie and like a few others. So Allie was literally FaceTiming to figure out where we were
Yeah,
headed or
because
if we could
yeah,
meet up.
Marissa's my freaking girl.
And anyway, as you were FaceTiming her, did you bump into her? Yeah.
Yeah, literally, I was like, "Look, I'm literally FaceTiming you right now," and then she's like, "Come up to our room." So then we went up to her room with a few people.
So we went into their room. Um, got to
We
meet some new people, which is always awesome. And then we went out on the balcony, just talking, doing whatever. Allie got to talk about our favorite shows, but then Clint,
dude.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Allie got deep, son, and everyone just kind of filtered away to go back in the room and chat. And Allie and I stayed out on the balcony to
I'm
talk
with our
about,
new friend,
yeah, to talk with Clint all about what
Psychedelics.
psychedelics.
I'm a big I've only done it a couple times, but, that's how I always say that I have, like, cured my narcolepsy. That's for another podcast for another day. It's a really long story. But anyways, it's helped my health. I've only done psychedelics, like, in, like, more healing or therapeutic aspects, and he has too, like, he's done ayahuasca, so literally, we were just going down the rabbit hole. It was so see, we talked about it, I'm like, "Oh, just I love that guy." being able to like talk, like he just gets it. And like if you're somebody that you've done like psychedelics and more of like a spiritual thing or more of like uh my brain is not all the way here right now, but like if you did like more therapeutic type of thing, like
Like with
you know.
intention.
With intention, it's just so life-changing, it's so cool, so he, like, gets it. He had a lot of health issues too, I think he was well, I don't know if I should share his story, but I know he had some health issues as well, and he did it, and he's doing much better. Like, he had some early onset dementia or something, and he was, like, in a car accident, and he's, like, fine. So, it's just really freaking cool. Anyways, but that topic, we've gotta do a Thirsty Thursday talking all about psychedelics.
Dude, we should invite Clint on too.
Oh,
That'd be sick. Or
yes, I've
maybe one
talked
of your boys from the group that you did it with. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's so cool. No, we should definitely invite Clint on. I've been talking to him on Instagram ever since.
Yeah, no, there was whenever there's somebody else that has a positive experience
It's
with
so
like
cool.
psilocybin or whatever, there's an immediate bond between them and Allie. And we talked so long that Marissa started yelling for us. And it
Yeah,
turns out she thought we were having sexual playtime on the balcony because we were out there
yeah.
for so long.
No,
Nope, we were just getting deep,
we were
just trying
just
to
getting
solve the world's problems.
we were just getting so deep. We are just talking about deep life. It was so sick.
It was good, man. And speaking of those types of things, there was this candy bar, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we go back in after our conversation. Allie and I go back in, Clint goes back in, and we're just all hanging out, sitting around. And we're all kind of like dying out, like human batteries are dying, and Allie's just perking up. So she was
Yeah,
going up, we were coming down. So the debate was, do we go to the club or not? And Allie was like, let's go. What are we doing? And I was definitely like, no, I don't want to go. I want to go back to the room and have actual sexual playtime. And she's like, no, let's go to the club. Let's go to the club. So
yeah.
anyway, we
That's what
decided to go to
happened.
the club, but not until I had taken a full square of a mushroom candy bar. And one thing, if you've listened for a while or if you know me, I have a high tolerance to all things
Substances.
substances. I don't know what it is. I'm not a substance proof, if you will. I just have like a super high tolerance, right? Alcohol does nothing to me unless I'm on the verge of getting poisoned. Cannabis does nothing to me unless I'm at like a 25, 30 milligrams, situation. And so with mushrooms, the first time I ever did them, I did 6 grams or 7 grams. I can't remember. It was a lot. And so with the bar, I just crack off this square of a bar, I eat it. I know nothing's going to happen, right? And we're sitting there debating, should we go, should we go? So we all decide to go to the club, which was a good decision. So we all leave. Do we know, dude, I'm so terrible with all the people we meet and names, especially when it's the camera's recording. So if you remember names, let's pop them out.
Like
But
Richie and Sarah?
yeah, Richie and Sarah, they're awesome. We met them a
Pono.
couple of
Oh, so
times.
Pono
Well,
stayed, Marissa
Pono
came.
stayed for good reason. Pono deserved a break, Doug. And then so we had Richie, Sarah, Marissa, the 2 other guys. That one guy was hilarious. Well, we had Clint.
No, Clint left.
Did he leave? He
Yeah,
didn't go
he
to the
left.
club. So who went with us to the club? He's bald. He was wearing glasses. He was he's got to come on the pod. He was
The
funny
one
as
that
hell.
has cancer?
I don't want to designate him as that, but yeah, that guy. Uh,
Sorry.
yeah, let's look him up on Instagram real quick.
You were looking at his video just yesterday in the car.
No, I reposted it because he has the best perspective on life. He's the coolest fucking guy, man. He's funny. He gets it. His whole Instagram is just about living life. He's gonna come on
You
and
should you should send us
Jack
pictures.
Lindblade.
Yes.
Shout out Jack Lindblade. So we got to meet him that night, which was fun. His outlook on life is just beautiful. So anyway, Pono stayed back. The rest of us went down. Shout out to Richie and Sarah. They got us into the club. Always love that. You know what I mean? Through their affiliation company, Dios Azul, which is, very, what do I say?
Tequila.
Tequila, but it's Thirsty Thursday. So yeah, it makes sense. So
Yeah.
anyway, they got us in. Shout out to them. Such a good time. I'm a square of a mushroom bar deep. So we're there for maybe an hour or so. And they're like, hey, is it kicked in yet? I'm like, no, I don't feel anything. So they're like, hold on. So they reach down into some girl's bag, break off another square and a half. I eat it. We hang out in the club till who knows when, like 2-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
Super fun. The guy sitting next to Allie was just getting nudes from some random girl, so
Oh, yeah.
that was interesting.
I was telling that to Joe. I was like, this random guy, like, I was like, I love to just like sit, like when you're at the table, I like to like sit up at the, oh, I don't know. I just like to sit. I
Just
sit.
elevated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I sit on top of like the chair. It sounds weird, but like the couch area. But that's like my spot. That's where I sit when I'm like at the table at the club. And there's this guy that was sitting next to me. And literally, he's just on his phone and it was just like bright. And I didn't mean to look over. I don't usually look at people's phones, but I did look over and he was just getting nudes. He was just getting nudes.
I don't typically look over, but when I see titties and ass on a bright
I
light,
would
yeah.
look
Yeah, that's funny,
like,
man. So,
okay, bro.
which is funny because I kept noticing you looking at the guy. I'm like, Allie, quit being rude, like whatever. And then I found out later,
Yeah.
oh,
What else
I
was
would
I?
have been
Yeah.
looking too. Yeah, I would have been looking too. So the club was great. We end up leaving and we're going back, and Allie's done.
I'm
She's
done.
done.
When
It's
I'm
past
done,
2
I
in the
am
morning.
done.
She's been awake since however long, the long
Now
drive.
it's
Then we went to
works.
the event. Then we went to the after party. Then we went to the room. Then we went to the club. Like, Allie was done. And I left one, right after I gave her the card. Like, yeah, you're done. So I gave her the key to the room, and I wandered, dog. I wandered. I went and got pizza. This is back in Resorts World. So we left the
Like
Cosmo.
scared because I'm like, I didn't realize till the next day. I was like, oh wait, you were out wandering on mushrooms.
Yeah, I was out wandering on mushrooms, but it was when it didn't kick in. This is where it's funny. So we left the club, got in the taxi, got back to Resorts World. Allie's done. I gave her my key card, and I'm like, I'm not tired. We're definitely not having playtime, so I'm gonna wander, and I'm hungry. So she leaves, and I'm like, let's go see what I can eat. And I'm like, oh, I want pizza. So I go to the pizza place, and as I'm in line to the pizza place, I just feel this rush of warmth, just glowing warm in my
Oh,
entire inside, right? And the pizza never looked so good. I got 3 slices. I was standing, eating the first slice at the pizza joint, and I just kept thinking, I look awkward to everybody here. I'm gonna go sit down. So I went over and sat down to where I could see people walking in and out of Club Zook. And I'm just eating my pizza, like this tingling, warm sensation. I'm smiling, eating pizza. Everybody that walked by, I'm just waving, having a good time. And pizza got finished. I wandered back up to the room and I get in bed. And I was in bed on my phone till 5 in the morning,
jeez, dude.
just tingling out. And wow, it was delicious. It was not depressing. And damn, was it fun. Or delicious. You see some triple D's in here.
Yeah.
Speaking of nudes on a phone, we got the triple D there. Delicious. So yeah, that was Friday from freaking for sure 7 in the morning until
Yeah.
5 a.m. the next day. 7 a.m. Friday morning till Saturday 5 a.m. That was all the first day. So
Jeez.
we finally go to bed and we wake up. I'm kind of like, whatever, pretty chill. We woke up. Allie wanted to go sit by the pool, and I was like, I wish you would told me that before I took a shower, and sat by the pool. And again, tell me if I'm wrong, but Resorts World is chill, man. Like, we just
Yeah.
wasn't crowded. It was a nice warm day,
It was perfect. We got a little Aperol spritz by the pool.
Yeah, just kind of chilled. And then
And Ding Tai Fung.
then we went to Ding Tai. Was it
Ding Tai Fung.
Ding or Din?
Din.
Is it Din? Din Tai
I guess
Fung?
Din. I
Okay.
don't fucking know.
Anyway, Allie and Tiny Niece love this place. I like it too. So we
I
had a
love,
reservation.
yeah.
We had a reservation. We were going to meet up with our crew, Natalie and John, but they were out late too. So they were like, we'll meet up later. So anyway, we go to lunch. It's always awesome. Allie and I, we get caught up with each other basically once a month for the
Yeah.
last over 2
Years.
years. Yeah. We don't really see each other or interact with each other unless we're out of town. So
Mhm.
during lunch, we got caught up on life, which is always like intense talk, love, more intense talk, and then love prevails.
Mhm.
And it's exciting because we get to like set goals or think about what we want to do and all that kind of stuff. We get to talk about the podcast. We get to talk about her hair business, her salon business, her education business, all those kinds of things. We get to gossip about family when no one's around. Um, so it's always a good time, and the food was great.
I filmed
So
the entire thing of what we ate. I'm gonna put that together one soon, and I'm gonna put it
yeah,
out. It was
no,
so great.
one of our friend's sons, his name's Cameron. Cam taught us that the phone eats
Phone eats
first,
first.
and we've continued the tradition. The phone
Yeah,
eats first. Food comes out, feed your
but
phone, and then you can feed yourself.
yeah, it was so good.
But no, it was awesome. It was great. So we went back, and we had another long night ahead of us. So
Yeah, so now it begins because we
now
have
it begins. So Allie went back. She crashed for a nap. I tried my best. I just can't freaking do it.
I knew we were gonna be
Um,
up so late.
and I was knowing we were going to be up late. I actually did try, and I did fall asleep for a few minutes here and there, but I just can't. I can't crash. Um, so anyway, we we were gonna meet up with Natalie and Joan at another Chinese restaurant, but before that, we had to confirm time when Lil Wayne was supposed to go on, and he was going to go on at 2. So
Well, you're
this was our
missing the
plan. We
you're
had
miss
a go ahead.
sorry. You're missing the problem party.
No, I'm getting there.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, so we had to figure out when Lil Wayne was going to come on, so we could figure out when to meet up with our friends, and then before all that, we got invited to a secret party for the Problem Circus podcast. And dude, yeah, I would say it was secret. You like roll up to this building, and I mean, you knew that's what the party was, but also was like, is this what the party is? And you walk in, they make sure that you're on the list. They give you a wristband so people know you're supposed to be there or whatever. And it was awesome. It was
It
crazy.
was so cool.
It was the coolest vibe. Like they had circus performers all around. So like you walk in and then they had like, you know, food and drinks and everything. And then they had a photographer, but that was the first room. And off to the left, there was like tarot card readings and more food and more drinks. But then when you walk past that, it opened up to this other room where people were dancing with a DJ. There was some slinky character going on.
Yeah, it
There
was
was
so
half naked
cool.
chicks walking around with shots. And after that room, you go out further, and there was this massive alleyway where circus performers were, pole dancers,
Yeah.
taco truck. Like it was
Car
legit, yeah.
karaoke.
Dude, yeah, karaoke.
It was so cool. My biggest regret from that was I didn't get any of the tacos, and ever since then, I've just wanted tacos from that taco truck, and it's like a week later.
Yeah, it was a big debate because we had a late lunch and we ate all the food.
We ate all the food.
And then we were going to
We
meet up
knew we were gonna
again.
meet up with our friends at 10.
Right. And
So I
so,
was like, I want one of these tacos. Should I get one?" But then I was scared I was gonna be too full. So
yeah.
I didn't, but
So,
I regret it.
yeah, live and learn. Next time we'll just power through and get the taco.
Yeah, I'll just have a
Um,
goddamn taco.
but but it was fun. It was really cool. We didn't know what to expect, and so it was a nice surprise. Like they did a really good job. Got to see Marcus and his girl. We ran into Babyface, which is always good. He's the
Oh,
nicest guy
yeah, he's the
ever.
best.
We ended up doing a tarot card reading.
Yeah.
Uh, and, take it for what it's worth. But that's always fun. Allie's really into, just like really being in tune with oneself. And if tarot cards or
So
horoscopes or
yeah,
whatever
so into the
get you
universe.
more in tune to that, we're all about it.
Yeah, I'm not really, like, into the whole God thing so much, but I'm super into, like, the universe, like, that's my spirituality. Like, it's
Yeah.
so I love it, and it's just I'm on a high vibration.
Allie doesn't breathe in air. She breathes in consciousness. You feel me? Yeah.
And I'm on a high frequency.
She's on a high frequency always. Yeah. Um, But no, it was good. It was fun. And, we didn't stay too long, but we stayed long
No.
enough, I feel like.
Yeah, because 'cause we're
Yeah.
meeting our friends, and it was so funny, they're locals, our friends are locals, and so they're like, "Okay, meet us here," and it was at this, like, Chinese restaurant, you guys, it was Jing Tai Fung, but just not.
Yeah. It
So
was,
we had We
Low
had that
key, it was better and less money. Like, I think we'll just go back there,
dude, it was so awesome. So it was so great. So we had dumplings all day long, and we don't have that stuff here in Utah, so it was awesome.
No.
I was like, "Heck yes.
If you wanna get dumplings in Utah, you have to put an effort. Like,
Yeah, I think I saw a place on Instagram. I've never been, but it was good. So we literally 2 times had all the dumplings. It was
it was
so damn
great.
good.
It
It
was
was so
great.
good.
And it was good to catch up. We shut the place down. We were the last
Yeah.
ones, the very last ones to leave the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, if you remember from a few minutes ago, Lil Wayne wasn't going on until 2.
2.
So we
So we
ate
had
dinner, took our time, and then we went back to Resorts World because he was at Club Zook, and we had it all planned out. We were going to hang out in the room till about 1:30.
Yeah, because, like, you don't wanna be at the club, like, for hours. Like,
No.
no.
But you end up being there for hours. We'll get to that. So, bro, so we did it perfectly, or at least we thought. We hung out in the room. It was fun, just talking, whatever, eating candy and shit, and just having a good time. And then it gets to be 1:30. So this is Saturday now. I guess technically Sunday morning, but we're not doing that. We're calling it Saturday.
cause
So
irons.
Friday, 7 a.m. till 5 a.m. the next day. Saturday, we're now pushing into the wee hours at Club Zook. So it gets to be 1:30. We come down from our room. We meet up with John. He gets us into the club, and we're like, okay, we did it perfect. Let's go get some drinks. Let's go find the spot.
Yeah.
And until he comes on. Well, what happened?
Well, literally, freaking 2 o'clock became 2:30,
That's right.
and then 2:30 became 3,
That's right.
and then at 3, we get word that he's not even here yet,
That's right.
and this guy doesn't come on till freaking 3:30.
He doesn't come on till 3:30. So we had like all this unexpected time. So how did we fill it? We hung out in the back, right?
Yeah,
And
there it's,
then
like, cool because, like, our friend that works for Zook, there's, like, the WWE after party was there.
right.
So, we were able to go to that spot. Like, last time we went to it was, like, the UFC after party was there, but because he works there, like, he can get us in there.
Yeah.
So, we were in that spot, and then this time, we were in that spot again, and it's cool, like, they get, like, pizzas, and there's all the drinks and stuff, like, it's awesome. But then I go to the bathroom, and I come back, and you and Natalie, you guys have now started table hopping, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. So Allie went to the bathroom and this girl across the way. So we're roped off, and then there's like a walkway, and then there's more tables. So at the tables, this girl was like, "You guys want a shot? You guys want a shot?" And I was like, it took a second to be like, "You're talking to me? Talking to me?" So I was like, "Yeah." And so I went across, and I get over. I'm like, "Natalie, come on, let's go." So she comes over, and my only regret is I didn't get their Instagrams.
Oh, yeah, they're so cool.
Because they were so cool. They let us hang out on the table. They were awesome. We were dancing.
So cool.
They were just this couple that lives in San Francisco, right?
Like
Or
the
in just the Bay
Area.
Area. Anyway, I guess his wife was like, I want to go to Vegas. So they got on a plane that morning to go to Vegas. Lil Wayne was playing, so they got a table. And dude, I felt for the husband. He was hanging in there because it got to, as
Yeah.
Allie was saying, it got to be 2, 2:30, 3, and he's like, I'm out. I'm
Yeah, and,
out.
like, a lot of these people, like, they came to the club at, like, midnight. That's, like, 3 hours at the club. Like,
That's a long time.
that's a freaking long time.
It's a long time, man. But they were fun. They let us, you know, we were dancing, doing all these things, trying to keep the
Yeah.
energy high. And eventually, though, they were so cool. They're like, look, the table's yours. He signed for it. And they left after a little after 3. And then, dude, literally, what, 15 minutes later,
Yeah, then
he
he
came
comes on.
on. And I was like, oh, man, they missed it. But I wish I would have got their Instagrams because I feel like that was good hanging vibes.
Yeah, they were cool.
They were cool. But eventually, our little man came on. He crushed it. He played all the hits, really. I mean, he has so many, but
Yeah.
but it was cool to see. And that'll be, I think that was our 3rd time seeing him. For sure, 2nd.
For sure, second. I remember we saw him at iHeartRadio.
I think we saw him at iHeart twice, but I could be
Twice,
wrong.
right? Okay, so that was
Yeah.
our 3rd time seeing him.
But hella fun, always great. And it died down, eventually. and we were walking out. Oh, dude, we also ran into our influencer boys. We love our influencer boys.
Oh, the
So
Utah boys?
yeah, there's a couple guys from Utah, the big influencers. Easton Simpson, and who's the Brock or Garrett dude? What the fuck was his name?
Garrett?
I think it was Garrett. Anyway,
Garrett.
they're cool as hell. We'll have for sure Easton will come on with us, wifey, and maybe he can bring his boy Garrett. But whenever people find out we're from Utah and they look at Allie, they just go, "Oh, do you know basically, do you know Jess or the other girl from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?" And that always starts. That's for whatever reason they always ask that question. And yeah, Allie does know them a little bit. And maybe we'll talk about that at a different time, but we know shit about the Secret Wives of Mormon Lives. I don't know the title. But anyway, he was cool, man. He came up. He had his court date yesterday or today. So shout out for pleading guilty. We support you, Pushmere. So we saw our influencer boys, which was great. I had to mention that because when the show was over and everyone's leaving the club, our influencer boys went straight to the pizza joint where I was on mushrooms eating so much pizza the night before. And we thought it was closed. And I think they were just open till they sold out of pizza because I think hours wise they were closed. But we followed our influencer boys because we're like, oh, pizza sounds awesome. We get in line, they bought it out. And then the guy comes back and goes, we're closed now. The pizza's gone. So, but we still love them. We still love them.
Still love them, even though they took the last pizzas. Still love them.
Still love them. So that was pretty much the weekend. I had passes. We got invited. So I'm in the top 500 or something of using Riverside. So we got some passes to a convention that we ended up not going to because we didn't.
Guys, it's
we barely made checkout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we barely made checkout. So to get home in a decent hour, there's no way we were going to wander a convention floor. I feel a little guilty, but I'll reach out to the dude and, it'll be all good. But overall, I would say very successful week. We had another PowerSlap in the books. If you haven't caught on, we'll make an official post about Allie being the new co-host. But I really neglect TikTok. And I feel like Thirsty Thursday, like I'm not going to change anything. I'm not making a dedicated YouTube page. Just fuck that. If the audience finds us, they find us. But TikTok will be majority Thirsty Thursday clips and a little bit of fighting, where Instagram will stay majority fighting clips and a little bit of Thirsty Thursday. So I think on Instagram, I will post Thirsty Thursday as live, right? And then if you want to see clips, I'm going to put them all on TikTok because I have no motivation to post on TikTok. And I think this will help out to do that because you can relate, wifey. By the time you do YouTube, Rumble, X, Spotify, Apple, Instagram, TikTok can die. So I need something fun to do on TikTok, or not fun. Yeah. It's all fun, but you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's important to do TikTok.
So we'll do that. But anyway, any final words?
No, I'm just, so happy to be here.
All right. Well, we'll have to tag everyone we know on this post that we make, maybe today or tomorrow, because I don't know if you want to make them, we're under the weather. And we'll see what happens.
As long as when I'm awake, I can be on my phone. I'm fine.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, we'll make a post, our new co-host. And remember, the person looking back at you in the mirror, I'm going to be okay. Cheers, fam.
Cheers.